G'day Scarefest, how's it going? Glenn here from fakeshamp.net. It's great to be with you as always. Hey, you guys love zombies, right? Everyone loves zombies. They run amok at Scarefest every single year, and so I've decided to pluck out a zombie film from 2014 that really struck a chord with a lot of people. And if you ask me, this is a zombie film that everybody should be dressing up as at Halloween. So this is Wormwood. It's part Mad Max, part George Romero, part Evil Dead. It's a 2014 film that was mostly crowdfunded, and it ended up taking the world by storm. So it's part Mad Max because of the post-apocalyptic ingenuity, the modified cars, the grungy costumes, and it's part Romero for the obvious reasons. The story is set in the early days of the zombie apocalypse. The dead roam the land just as they did in all of those classic George Romero films. And then it's part Evil Dead because of the way it's shot. Lots of point-of-view angles, fisheye lenses, and a sped-up frame rate to capture some of those awesome kills. Needless to say, Wormwood definitely is an inspired film, and yet by fusing all of those styles together, it's also a refreshingly original take on the genre. I mean, up until its release in 2014, there really weren't many films like it, at least not with so many infusions. Just a moment ago, I mentioned that it took the world by storm, and by that I mean that it swept up all kinds of awards at various international film festivals. Its laurels speak for themselves, and it is an all-round highly praised movie. So the story has a talented mechanic who loses his wife and daughter on the first day of the zombie uprising. He finds refuge with a group of men in an old workshop, and when they discover that zombie blood is flammable, they engineer a really awesome armoured truck that's fueled by the undead. This unique plot device gives the film a real quirkiness that elevates it high above the typical zombie flick, and as the characters road trip with zombies strapped to their engine, they partake in an ultra-violent and super fun action adventure that doesn't relent until the final frame. And then there's another subplot about the lead character's sister who is captured by government types and held captive for testing when it's revealed that she can control zombies with her mind. And of course it is all far-fetched, but damn if it's not fun. And the best way to see Wormwood is with an audience. But given the fact that it's been 6 years since its theatrical release, that ain't gonna happen unless savvy cinema curators with their finger on the pulse recognise the potential for this one being an absolute bona fide cult classic on the midnight movie scene. So if you're a fan of The Walking Dead or the countless other zombie movies that have saturated the horror landscape over the past decade, then put Wormwood on your list of must-see movies. And if you are keen to see it, it is readily available to you over there to rent or buy on Amazon, YouTube, Google Play, iTunes. Unfortunately, I don't think that any of the streaming services currently host it. I could be wrong though, so you might want to look into that for yourselves. And one last thing, I think that it's only fitting that director Kia Roche-Turner deserves a massive tip of the hat because he's a fresh, new voice on the genre scene, and his follow-up film, Necrotronic, was also a pretty cool techno-horror about demons on the loose inside the internet. And what's not to love about that? Well, my time is just about up. Thanks for sticking around with me. I hope you felt compelled to look up Wormwood. I think you guys would really get a kick out of it. I would love to see people dress up as some of those characters at Scarefest. How cool would that be? Anyway, my podcast, don't forget it. It drops every Monday morning without fail. But that's Sunday afternoon to you guys. The world is a weird place. Anyway, I will catch you next week with some other weird and gnarly shit.